Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Welcome to Season 10 of the show. And today, we're going to celebrate it by having a look at my studio and show you around, show you what's good, what's not, and all that kind of stuff, because it's fun. But let's kick off with a little bit of Thomas Christ, shall we? I think so.
They send us on to foreign lands with a weapon in our hands, set to fight and kill and die, based on money, power and lies. They risk our lives to prove their point. Innocent, yet they exploit. Never would they wield the gun. They just proxy our daughters and sons. Let's make them fight the old man's war. We bleed for their battles, no more, no more. It just ain't right. The old man's war, dying for their disaster, no more, no more. The old men clamor for the conflict, keeps them powerful, keeps them rich. Defense contractors supply the toys and don't care who they destroy. It's time for old rich men to enlist, put rifles in their trembling fists. Let them die instead of us. Dragons from their mansions, throw them on the bus. Let's make them fight the old man's war. We bleed for their battles, no more, no more. It just ain't right. The old man's war, dying for their disaster, no more, no more.
right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to season 10 of How to App on iOS. My name is Jade, and we're going to hopefully have things working really good. That was Thomas Christ. That is his brand new track, which is available. You can go to his YouTube channel. I forgot to put the thing up the top because I was running a little bit, just a little bit behind the times this morning. Actually, I'd lie. I was actually up on time. And I just forgot to put it there. Let's not dick around. I forgot to put the link there. So, Thomas, if you want to put a link to your channel up there, that would be most helpful to get people to go over and subscribe to your channel. All right, so we are season 5, and hopefully all the sounds are going to work, all this kind of jazz. Look at Gary trying to get in on it, and look, it doesn't. Well, what is that thing there? That little block? I don't know what that block is. Could it be this? So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on the channel. We talked about this on the Patreon yesterday. Now on the channel, you can, if you so desire, totally up to you, 100%, you can become a channel member. And if you look just below the video here, you'll see join now, I think it says, and for $1 a month, you can become a channel member. You get a whole bunch of emojis. Currently, there are 5 emojis, and they will change every week. Currently, there is an emoji of Brad. There's an emoji of, who else? Stunning, Gordon Ramsay, of course. There's a wart emoji. There is, what else? What other emojis are there? I can't remember what I said. But every week, we will change the emojis up, make it a little bit fun for you guys to mess around with. So they are, there's a Werther's original. There's a hippie's plastic leg. There they all are. Thanks, Thomas, for putting them all there. There are the current emojis that are available as a member. And the more members that join, the more emojis YouTube give us to play with. So every week we will update them and have featured emojis of you guys or whatever you decide. So that should be fun. Plus, as a member, you also get membership badges and you get featured at the top of my channel. 3 members a month get featured at the top of my channel. Plus, the big thing is for $1 a month, I think it's $1.50 in Canada and the US, you also get a once a month episode where we all come together and discuss a topic, a private show, which is just specifically for members here on YouTube. It's different than Patreon, and you can come and join the chat with me, jump on cam, and we'll have a featured topic each month. So it's $1. YouTube's taken 30%, so I'm not really doing it to make money. Trust me on that. Even if I get 20 people to become members, it's like nothing. But you know, I just thought it'd be a bit of fun to have some emojis, have a few things like that going on for you guys to play around with, and they look cool. We've got Brad. Look at Brad. Yeah, something for fun, man. So there you go. There's a little join button. It's just down there. I think it says member join or something like that. And you can join. That is that. All right. So we are in season 10. And there's been a few little changes. And it's not the reason why I've been having so many issues lately with my sound. Hopefully we've worked all this stuff out. We've got through it. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. There's been a few changes to the way the show looks. You probably can't see it now, but it's the way everything moves around. So if I move between images at the moment, you can only join on desktop. There you go. Thanks, Thomas, for clearing that up. So you have to be on a desktop to join. There you go. But when I move around now, you'll see the way things move on the show are a little bit different. Everything kind of comes in and out, moves side to side. I've spent some time working on the transitions for the show just to make it a little bit more interesting. And it looks much better, I think, than the stupid big star that was opening up all the time. It was a bit ridiculous. So there you go, the way the cameras all move around. I'm kind of liking it, how they flip around. There's other changes coming soon. We've just had some sound issues. But let's say hello to everybody here, and then we'll get into what the show is about today. So hello to, I need to say this, hello to Thomas Christ, who is our second Wart Warrior, and that is what the membership's called, guys. It's called Wart Warriors. So thank you, Thomas. Brad was the first Wart Warrior, so welcome aboard to Wart Warriors. Adam Burse, Boom. Hello to you. John Barry Glenn, what's going on? Where are we? Let's scroll. Brad Example, of course.
Get fucked.
And he's prime there, letting us all know how he feels. Cy effing good to see you. Mark Effects, what is happening? Andy Goldsby, howdy do. Russ8889, who will surely have an emoji soon. Jenny, hello to you. What is happening? Wart Warrior sounds like a cream. That's the idea. That is the idea. I wanted to make it sound uncomfortable as possible. Who else do we see here as I scroll down the list? It's a bit hard to see all the comments at the moment. Dwight Bailey, what is going on, Dwight? Good to see you. Thomas, Gary Hubbs, hello. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Dwight, I think I've got Marshall. Hello, Marshall. Hope you're doing well. Set up by Marshall. And let's see. Adam, we're scrolling. I think Kim Harden Hudson. Hello to you. The lurkin for the gherkin. Why did I just say that? No. I take that back 100%. That was weird as fuck. At least I'm in a good mood today. Nothing's gone wrong yet. We'll talk about what went wrong on the Patreon, you guys. Hello, Jenny. Just so you guys know, the Patreon is coming up after this show, about 15 minutes after this show. Directly after this show, I'll be hopefully dumping you all over to Cy and Kev Hart have a premiere for Angels and Demons. So I'll send you all over there, and that's directly after the show. And then about 15 minutes after that, the Patreon will kick off because we had issues yesterday with all the sound and stuff. Yeah? Sound good? Good stuff. Let me just pop over here for one moment. Cancel that. And jump over here. Streaming, edit. And I'm going to show you behind the scenes today of how I run my OBS and all of that stuff. Hopefully it'll all work. I'm crossing my fingers. I can't do a dump because Kev Hart hasn't added me. So there you go. I was just checking if I can dump. But so I will put a link in anyway for the show. So we are looking at my studio today. And I'm going to start over this side of my studio. And we're going to work around and show you how everything is connected and how it all works. And how I record stuff. What gear I use for recording. What I use for setting up for the live streaming. Because I have multiple computers here. And I have this extra camera, which I can show you. Here it is. Let's bring it into the stream. We have this extra camera here today that I can move around, and you're probably going to get a bit seasick, but that's the point. So I'm going to start off over here. And what I'm going to start off with first is something that's been removed from my studio. This is my second desk. There's two desks here, as you can see. This was removed from my studio recently. This is my Yamaha MG 10XUF with faders. This is what I was using to plug into my stream each day. This was controlling all my sounds. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this piece of kit. It is amazing. It is super cheap. If you are a streamer, I can't recommend this enough. There is a smaller version of this which has knobs instead of faders. It is virtually the exact same piece of kit, just a lot smaller. It is on my gear guide, which I will bring up at some stage. Now, remember, this show today, I'm not trying to sell you guys shit or anything like that because, you know, if you want to buy shit, you buy stuff. But here is the smaller version. As you can see, it's quite a lot smaller than the, you probably can't see it on the floor there. It's quite a bit smaller by a fair heap. And this is what I used previously, and it did me for like nearly 2 years. These things are incredible as well. Super strong, made of steel, absolute steel. So they are fantastic, but the faders are a lot nicer. They do, oh, we've got a warrior. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Kim, for becoming a Wart Warrior. We had our little Ultimate Warrior thing work, so that's working. Working the jerkin. Thank you very much, Kim, for becoming a Wart Warrior. Enjoy your emojis. So they are the mixing desks that I previously used on my setup. Let's have a look at what's on the other desk. So this is my second desk over here, which is slowly building up to be something. It contains a Mac Mini. So this is my Mac Mini. I did a show last week on this. This is the new iRig Quattro 4-track mixer / everything. I mean, it does everything. It's really incredible. If you want to check out that show, I did that last week. It is a 4-input. It's an, I don't know, what do you call it? An audio jack in the box, does everything. So it's like a Swiss Army knife of audio interfaces. All this is connected to a hard drive at the back there. Everything I have here normally has a hard drive at the back, and there's a whole bunch of these things I have to these powered hubs. You will see a lot of these in my studio. These things are like about $50 Australian, 7-port powered hubs. They do the job really well for me. They're made of aluminium. They're called, what brand are they? They're called... Welcome aboard. Physicians, healthy, well, lights, I know who that is. You have become another Wart Warrior. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you so much for becoming a member and a Wart Warrior. Your emojis are now available. Yeah, so I have a heap of these. These are from Simplecom, I think they are called. There's the brand name, Simplecom. They're really cool. I love them. So over in the corner, what's this? This is my Positive Grid Spark amp, and it is permanently attached to my setup here on the table, which I plug my guitar in. That's where I jam and thrash out. Sitting above that is, of course, Darth Vader. He's always watching over me because he has the Force. And my drone is here ready to go each day when I leave, when the weather's permitting. My lyric notebook, yes, the Delicate Giants. And it even came with a matching Delicate Giants pen. Look at that. A Delicate Giants pen. Fancy stuff. My Launchpad X. So these things, and you can see there's a keyboard under here as well. So this is my workstation for using Logic with my Mac Pro, mouse. And this stuff hasn't been used yet. I've been kind of building this up, getting ready to start using Logic, and maybe, I'm not sure when exactly, but I will be doing more shows on Logic and apps that you can use on iOS, and Logic and GarageBand on Mac. So that will be a thing that happens in the future. What else do we have over here? So we have another mic stand with a Rode NT1 condenser mic sitting here on a boom arm, which I can just swing over anywhere I want if I'm recording, if over here or recording over there. So I have this boom arm attached, just ready to go. So that's always on the weight. As you can see, I have an SM58 just sitting here for, just randomly, just for throwing at things, because those things can like murder people. So that's the basis of that desk. I can't really get under here. Where's my thank you, Sai, for becoming a Wart Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior thanks you. I know, Bubba. It does look like I'm getting ready to open a music store. Thank you, Sai, for becoming a Wart Warrior. Hope you enjoy the emojis and the shows we've got coming up. What I'm trying to do now is just shed a bit of light down here. So you can't really see down here. But let's see if I can, there we go. There's a little bit of light. No, not really. So I have my guitar pedals down there, and there's an amplifier down there. That's all hidden under my desk. All right, let's get over here. We'll set this camera up. So that's pretty much the corner over there. Plus there's a modem, a boring modem, and a face hugger. You have to have a face hugger in your studio, of course. Oh, and I forgot about this too. Let's show you guys this. because we'll eventually be doing a show on one of these as well. This is my DJI Gimbal here, which I plan to do a whole lot of video footage and stuff. So I'll do a review on this. I've been taking this out and filming with this. It is Bluetooth connected. It can be used as a stand. It has a joystick. It's quite amazing for taking really amazing shots, things like that. So we'll be looking at this kind of thing soon. So that's another thing that's a part of the studio here. It's not on my gear guide or anything like that. I can do this and show you if there is anything today that you do see. There is the gear guide, which has a lot of this stuff. Not really my guitars or anything like that, but a lot of this stuff like, you know, my wireless headset, all my interfaces, pedals. So you can kind of see all the stuff that you've been seeing there. I don't really have any computers on here or anything like that because, you know, yeah, it's all just the gear that's in the studio. So that's the amp that is under my desk in case you couldn't see it. It's a 60-watt acoustic busking amp. So it's a PA with a looper built into it, anti-feedback. It's a really nice, really nice amp. You can use it as a PA. It has a mic input, a guitar input. I did a live show this year, back in, when was it, February? I did a live performance. I know, out in the real world. What the fuck? And I used this thing and it was amazing. It pumped out such beautiful sounds. I think these are only available in Australia kind of thing though. And the other thing that was under the desk was, let me show you, I can show you here, was this, my X Drive guitar pedal, and also under the desk was this, my iRig Stomp, which you connect your iPad to. I've done shows on these as well. But let's have a look on the desk, how everything's powered. Then we'll talk a little drums, guitars, and then I'll show you how the show is controlled each day and all that stuff. So we'll kick off with the newest acquisition to the studio. And I'm not going to piss in your pocket here. This has been a learning curve. This has been a learning curve. I'm not sure if this is 100% the problems I've been having, but let's just say the Rodecaster, the Rodecaster Pro 2 is an amazing piece of software. It is just sick. It cost me a lot of money and I have had a lot of troubles with it. The problem is with it out the gate, I wouldn't suggest being an early adopter like I've been because of all the teething problems. And it was my own fault for jumping in so early. There's been a whole lot of firmware updates and betas and stuff, and it's caused a whole lot of issues for people, things not working, loopbacks causing problems. And yesterday it seemed that was a major cause of problems. Unfortunately, fortunately, it wasn't the cause of my problems for my interview last week. That was another software thing that we have worked out and now moved to using Zoom going forward. But this thing is, there isn't actually, Andy, you can only do it from what we worked out. Let me put that comment up. You can only do it from within a browser. So you can probably do it within a browser if you can open up a browser, but not within the app. So there you go. All right, let me show you the Rodecaster because it's an amazing piece of kit. It's absolutely wonderful once they sort out the bugs. I will say before we have a look at it, the potential for this thing is absolutely incredible. It's just I don't think they at Rode understand what this can be yet, and they're depending on us, the users, to help them work it out because there's so much power behind it compared to my Yamaha mixer, which was so much easier. In saying that, this is the Rodecaster. So, and let me show you this thing first. This is the Rodecaster case, the cover, which is sold separately. This was worth $70 Australian to sit on top. That's all it does. That's all it does, folks. $70 for a piece of plastic, pretty much. But when you invest $1,000 into a piece of gear, you definitely want to protect it from getting dust inside, because essentially this is a computer. It absolutely is a computer. It has a 1.8 gigahertz chip inside it. Hey, Jenny, thanks for coming up. What, warrior? Thank you so much. You've become a Wart Warrior. God, thanks, guys, for becoming Wart Warriors. So this thing here, if I can zoom, if I can kind of block, the problem is the light here is creating problems. So what I'm going to do is kind of lift this so you can see. There you go. So this is all touch screen. Every bit of this is touch screen. Let me put something underneath first. Oh no, what am I doing with this gear that's worth like heaps of money? Just sticking something underneath it to prop it up. Oh, well, you only live once here. Let's do this. Oh, fuck. Is that going to work? That'll work. I think that'll do. All right. Enough. Yeah, so all of this is touchscreen, completely 100% touchscreen. So very much like an iOS device, it's very responsive. It has haptic feedback. You can click on tracks to bring up information and do all that kind of stuff. It is really incredible. All of the, so basically you have 6 channels that can be routed, rerouted, changed, mixed around. You can do pretty much whatever you want here. As you can see, there's the faders, virtual faders. You can go in and move faders around. You can create stereo faders. Like, for example, I'll show you with the routing here. If I go into outputs, where are we? Multi-track. It just is a incredible piece of gear. Here's our faders. So basically, I have now, see these 2 that are connected, 3 and 4? At the back here, I have a stereo left and right connected, and I've joined them together into one fader. So you can actually connect faders together. You can have, it's really, really crazy what you can do with this thing. It's nuts. Go back here. These pads here, these are how everything's controlled with sound effects. Boom, 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 boom. You have multiple pages of effects. So, and you can actually, if you so desire, if you're using something like Reaper or a DAW like Logic, you can actually set these up with your DAW to control MIDI commands. Not only that, so you can actually control things like OBS, you can have sound effects, you can create things
like this, where you change your voice or stuff like that, or
I don't know, there's an ant for some reason, or you can change to robot or whatever you want.
There's heaps of different kind of effects that you can add.
It's really off the chain, and there is room for a SD card, so you can record directly to it. And there's 2 modes. I'm currently in stereo mode, so it's sending out a stereo track. Plus, I can have calls coming in, and they won't loop back. Or you can have multi-track, where you can have 8 tracks coming out into a DAW. So not only is it a broadcast studio, a podcast studio, it is also a audio interface for headphone control. So if you had 4 people in a studio, it's pretty incredible. It's an amazing piece of kit. As I said, though, the issues have been aplenty for the teething pains, but that's kind of what you expect for a brand new product that comes out that has such high hopes. Now, the thing that's really, really, really amazing about this, why I got it, is this is a massive investment. Hello, Jim. Good to see you. There you are. Boom. the thing that I really wanted to get it for is that, as I said, these guys are going to be adding more and more functionality. So this device in 3 years from now is going to be something completely different. They can rewrite the code. They can add whatever they want to it because it's just a computer. I mean, it even has Wi-Fi built into it, Bluetooth. It's got a internet port. It's got everything. So yeah, it's really, really cool. Would I suggest someone get it who's just starting out? Thank you, Jim, for becoming a wart warrior. Welcome aboard. You now have Brad's face to put around wherever you like. Thank you so much, guys. Another wart warrior to the list. So that's the Rodecaster. Let me show you from a distance what's going on here with the desk. This is the entire studio desk. This is what I work with every day. So they are my soft boxes. They're the same soft boxes that Pete uses, but as you can see, they look really bright, but they're actually not because they come with a, let me show you here, this very milky kind of plastic sheath over the top, which disperses the light and makes it so, it's not burning your retinas out. But this is a look at the desk from afar. So the two lights are for my green screen to make sure everything's lit up well. This is my main TV. This is what I'm watching all the time during the show. So as you can see, comments, how I access my comments now, I have a plugin built into the, this plugin that's built into the YouTube chat. So this is just a pop out of the YouTube chat. So I can click on this wherever I want, and that comment will now come up on the screen. So some very clever person has made this fantastic plugin, which allows you to just use the YouTube chat to put comments on your screen. Pretty incredible, yeah? And there's my camera. So this is what's facing me every day on a bendy arm. And my little bench here just has knickknacks, crap like that on it, whatever. But yeah, this is my main screen. So it's just a normal TV. So I can follow everything that's going on. OBS there. And let's have a look down at the desk. So everything is powered pretty much via this baby, the iPad Pro, my Magic Keyboard. Underneath the desk here, I have a Arturia KeyStep 37, which is a little tray that I bolted to the bottom of this desk. Let's have a look at the back behind here because there's, now I know you don't judge me, please don't judge me, because I'm going to be honest. There's a lot going on in this studio, yeah? There's a real lot going on. So there's a lot of cables. Now, is my cable management up to par? No. Could it be a lot better? Yes. Will I get to it eventually? I promise. But cable management is a thing, especially when dealing with so many USB. Everything's USB and it's all going into one computer. So it's pretty crazy. So let's have a look behind here. So we've got just an Arturia mini fuse, which is my interface. Sabrent non-powered hub. This is a non-powered hub. Be aware of that. That's cool. So non-powered hub. We have a powered hub here and a powered hub here. So quite a few powered hubs going on. Yeah. Lots of powered hubs. 2 external hard drives. Now this is all pretty much connected. This lead here is connected into the iPad. So everything is going into this non-powered hub, 2 hard drives. This, all going into here through one cable. Yeah, one cable into there, that USB. This here is a HDMI out, which runs out of my iPad into my computer. So that is how you get to see the iPad screen that I can move around. So that's basically how that works. Let's run back here. See you later, Andy. I know Andy's probably going to crash because it's so late there. Thank you for being here, my friend. Yeah, so it's not that bad back there, but a lot of these things here, they're like keyboards. There's a whole bunch of things all plugged in back there. So these are all the things that are connected to my iPad to make music back there. So that's all there is. This is a non-spinning drive. This is a spinning drive. So that's four terabytes of hard drive space back there for my iPad. Then, and I mean, this is how cheap my studio is, guys. Do you know what's holding up my television? 2 plastic containers from the $2 shop, from the pound shop if you're in the UK. Look at these things. And they're holding up a piece of board that has a television on it. Oops. 2 plastic containers, but it's cool. They double as like a thing for stuff, to put stuff in. All right. So this is my laptop. This is what controls everything. This is basically the beast. This is my MSI Leopard, whatever. It's a GL65 Leopard. So it's a couple of years old now. But it is a powerhouse. It has what are we on? 32 gig of RAM. Only half a terabyte of hard drive space, but it has external hard drives connected up the wazoo. And yeah, basically everything is going in. Look at it has a lot of ports. So there you go, ports. Everything's connected now. So this is the central hub for the entire show. If we look under the desk, now I'm not going to show you too far under there. There's a lot of cables. Powered hubs, external hard drives back there, see. And I actually have a fire, extinguisher, which Bubba pointed out I really should have for my bad cabling. So there you go. A lot of powered hubs, and there's even a powered hub back here. Look at that dirt. Oh my God, I need to dust back there. Everything else is clean. I forgot behind there. So there is the computer. And here's my Stream Deck. So this is my Stream Deck. This is what controls all of the channels, all of the pages. So when I move things around, so let's do this. So this is how I control all of my scenes. This thing is incredible. I really, it's a luxury, really. I'm lucky to have it. As you can see, these things are so cool. You can add animated buttons. So you can add animated GIFs to these buttons and they will all just animate. So there's Amber Heard doing a line of coke. And if I click on Amber Heard, you get to see her doing a line of coke. And then come back here and there we go. So I have a whole lot of these buttons, which are fantastic. So I'll show you here. So we've got these 2 buttons here and these are my Jordan Peterson buttons. Let me show you these.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Yeah, that's Jordan Peterson.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
There you go. So you can add all these really cool things to your Stream Deck, like silly things like that just pop up on the screen. You can jump between all your scenes here. You can turn on and off. There's so much you can do with a Stream Deck. It is an amazing piece of kit. If I click this button here, it'll make me disappear. No, did that work? Am I on the wrong one? That one? No? What's going on? It doesn't work for this. I think I've got to go up here. So if I click that button now, I disappear and I come back. So you can do all these really cool things like make yourself disappear and all that kind of stuff. And you can set this however you want. What's fantastic about the Stream Deck is you can create multiple pages. See, here's another page here. You can create folders within folders and store all this stuff. So it's really fantastic what you can do. So you can absolutely use it as a hotkey for your door. There's so many things you can do with the Stream Deck. They are just fantastic for live streaming, that kind of stuff. As I said, a bit of a luxury, but it depends on how you want your show to happen. As I've said before, I have plans for this show. I just don't want it to be like, here's me showing an app every day. I do want, as the show progresses, to become a variety show more or less, I'm going to eventually move into a bigger place and not have my bed stuck in here as well, and be able to move around the whole place and do full tutorials, maybe get people in to do performances. I want to do a lot of cool stuff like that, yeah? So that's the idea anyway. If it happens, it's another thing. Over in the corner, let's finish over here and then we'll show you how to OBS runs. This is my drum kit. So this is my Alesis Nitro mesh. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So that's my drum kit that takes up a vast amount of room in the studio. That's where I've played drums for Pete Johns, Joe and Barry Glenn. Lots of people I've played drums for. So that's where I get my drums down. I'm currently doing drums for Andy Goldsby. There you go. And all the guitars. So I won't go too much into my guitars, but there's a few acoustics, 7-string LTD, 6-string LTD. Then we have my latest guitar, the Blue Meanie, or as Kev Hart calls it, the gay guitar. And behind me is the green screen. So that's pretty much the entire studio. I mean, I can show you under there, but there's pretty much just a VCR and an amp, which controls all the kind of sound for when I'm just watching TV. And monitors. That's probably it. These are my monitors. These are M Audios. Sitting on stands, of course. So for monitoring my music. And last but not least is I have another iPad attached to the board there, which I use because basically this iPad is obsolete. It's it's obsolete. I can't update it anymore as of iOS 16. So I use this as a Bluetooth connected to this if I want to play any extra music. So that's why that is there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a couple of things in the background, like a violin back there and a couple of microphones back there, but that's pretty much how everything runs. That is pretty much the entire studio. Let's have a look, because we've got a little bit of time. My PC user, yes, there is my PC. So the entire show is controlled via my PC, my laptop. And good to see you, Timothy. Let me say hello. There you go. Boom. So hello to you. But over here is my Mac. So I'm kind of building a new setup over here where I am able to do some recording with Logic, GarageBand, so I can do some tutorials on that. But everything here, the center point is the iPad where all the music's made, goes into this, these feed into each other. So from the iPad to the Arturia to the mixing console, and then everything goes through into this computer, which runs the entire live stream. It is the beast. I mean, this thing's a powerhouse, which is a gaming PC. I think it was like about so many grand. It cost a bit. So that is, if I give you a whole tour now, there you go. So the studio from there to there. And guess what? Behind the green screen is a bed. And that's it. I live in a technological nightmare. Oh, and this beautiful table, which is always covered in junk. You may have seen this in the distance. This table, I'll tell you a bit about this. This table was made by Samantha Edge, a fantastic musician from Adelaide. She made this she designed the table. So it's all this beautiful, this stuff on the top here. She did all that design in the table and I bought it from her. So yeah, I support my artists. You know, I try to support you guys who make music, and you know, and yet of course, man, the Gaviscon will always be on that table. I am left-handed, Bubba. Yes, I am left-handed, 100%. So yes, you can see the mouse here on the left-hand side. Yeah, there's multiple mice connected. I'll tell you, this is an interesting story. So yes, I have a mouse here, which is connected to the computer, but there's also, see that mouse there on the bed, the little white mouse? That's how I control my TV from my bed. How I control the computer from the bed. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm in bed a lot of the time because of my health and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Down on the floor here, there's this sucker, which is always down on the floor. This is my Voice Play Live, which I connect up on the weekends when I do the happy hour, or the opening hour, which is my foot stomp for vocal effects. And that just goes into that kind of thing. So, and oh yeah, there's one more thing. God, there's so much in here. So the other thing is this here, my Rode Pod mic, which I just swing into action if I'm not using my headset. So, and this just folds away. That's my Rode Pod mic, just sits down there. I will be updating. So I'm waiting for actually something else to arrive, which I was hoping would be here to last week, but it didn't turn up. I've got 2 stands coming. One for here, which is a diagonal stand, and one for the laptop, which is a diagonal stand to lift both items off the desk so their fans can work and just take a bit of pressure off the items. Yes, that is right, Thomas Christ. That is the TC Helicon. That's how I was doubling my vocals and doing harmonies last week. Let's go over here. Hello, Ron, Wolfstone Studio. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, all. Thanks for being here. Now I'm going to run through how I use OBS. So hopefully this is going to work so you can see exactly how I've built my show, because I get a lot of questions from people asking how the show works, because I don't use StreamYard. Most of you will know I have issues with StreamYard. Let me be clear. It's not that you shouldn't use StreamYard. Yeah. It's just I have issues with browser streaming. For the reason, firstly, is the price. They charge a hell of a lot of money for pro accounts in Australia. If it's something like, $23 US, it's about $40 here in Australia per year. Per month, sorry. I'm saying per year. If only it was per year. So things like StreamYard, I actually use Restream to send my stream out. And I don't actually use it to create the show. I do everything in OBS and then send it to Restream. So I do pay a fee for that. But I find the flexibility of OBS is incredible. Might I suggest, if you are using a Mac and you are getting seriously into doing streaming, to the point that you're doing it, a few times a week, and you want to make it look good, I would suggest using what Ron Ward uses, which is Ecamm, and I would bypass using OBS for Mac, because there's a lot of compatibility issues. If you just like to get started and you're not, trying to kick off something super serious where you're using it every day, OBS is fine, but you will come across issues. And I'm sure Thomas and Sai will attest to that, because they are both using OBS in Mac, and it has its quirks. It seems like it was made more for PC than Mac. And they've just tried to fork it into Mac kind of thing. All right, let me show you a bit of OBS. I'm just going to have to do moving some stuff and show you how I build a scene. So I'm going to jump over here to my screen. There we go. Now look at that. Look what you're seeing now. You are seeing this. But if how do I do this now? There we are. No, you're seeing that now. How do I do this? Let's go. We want to go on PC. In fact, I'm just going to do it on the big screen. How about we do that? We'll put it on the big screen. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's probably the best way for me to do this. Bring that down. Okie doke. So, let me bring up my camera here. This is OBS. Now, I'm going to try and change the contrast of this camera just so everything's a little bit clear. Hello, Shaky Guitar Tutorials. Let's go. So now you can see hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm going into my desk camera. That is this camera I'm holding in my hand. I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to configure the video of this. So now I'm actually going to go in here and change the exposure. So it's a little bit darker so you can see what's happening a little bit better. There you go. So it's not as glary. So when you're building a show here with OBS, you have scenes over here. This is your main section. And these scenes are where you build up your pages. So the main title, if I click on this main here, this is my main title that you get to see. Now, if I click on the second one below, now I'll have to come back over here. And all these scenes here, they actually have sources built within them. So each scene is built up of sources. And you can see if I zoom right in here, you have things like YouTube alerts, chat comments, on-screen chat, QR codes. So on the screen right now, if you can see the QR code, there's no QR code at the moment. If I click this QR code, watch, it should appear up the top. So you can actually import photos. You can import banners. So I've got a DistroKid banner here. If I turn that on, it appears up the top of the screen. This is where you control your cameras. This is where you control your audio. And you can just hit a plus button here and you can import anything you like. See all these options. You've got audio input, audio output, browser sources, display captures, game captures, images, videos, and you can start building up each scene. So the scene is here and what's in the scene is over here. So this is pretty much how I put together the show using OBS. As we go across, you've got your audio, so you can see what's going out to the stream. So that audio is going out to the stream. You can see what your level is. These are something I've added in to OBS myself. These are a plugin. So when I click on these, a lower third appears. See that? Just there? Lower thirds. So I've created these lower thirds. These aren't a part of OBS. There's lots of plugins you can actually get. And here, if I click this on, you get another lower third there, like my subscribe stuff. So there's a lot of really cool plugins you can actually add to OBS to make your life easier. Some of them take a bit to set up, but they're well worth it for, trying to make your show look professional and all that kind of stuff. You have a whole bunch of options over here with OBS. You can actually, this is where you start and stop streaming. I won't click that. You can set up a virtual cam. So whatever's happening here on my screen, I can send out to stuff like Skype. I can send it out to Zoom call. So essentially, say Pete Johns, this is what I do when I jump on Pete Johns' show. He will be doing a show in StreamYard. And when I join his StreamYard show and it asks me to connect a camera, I don't choose my camera. I choose OBS virtual camera, which I just select from here, start virtual camera, and it'll send whatever is in my OBS. So I can have all these fancy buttons and use my Stream Deck down here on Pete's show during an interview. So it's just not a boring camera. So you've got complete control over everything. This is something which is really cool. See this thing here called Studio Mode? If I click on this, it splits the show into two modes, essentially letting me, so this second one over here is going out to the stream, and the first one here allows me to change anything that I have in the next scene that I might want to bring up. So So whatever I change over here on this one doesn't affect what's going out. So you've got a preview up the top here. This is the preview, and this is the program. So if, while everyone's just watching the normal interview, I can be over here changing stuff, fixing things up, so you can really get in and play with this. I know I don't have the headband cam on. It looked stupid. Didn't work either, Kev. Anyway, welcome aboard, Kev. Hello, Pete. What's going on? There's Pete as well. There's Kev. Question, how powerful of a processor is required for OBS streaming? Look, with any kind of streaming, I would always recommend at least over 8 gigabytes of RAM. Definitely, and even these days, 8 gigabytes of RAM is going to be pushing it. You really want to have 16 just to make life easy. 16 is always going to be good. What's really cool about OBS is that it gives you the option to decide where you want to send, what you want to use to handle all of this. Like in my settings, I actually have, see if I can bring this up and show you. Can I bring my settings up? Stream, general, where are we, output? Yeah, cool. So I'm actually using my NVIDIA card here. You should be able to see there. So I'm using my NVIDIA card to handle this. Oh, processor. I'm using an i7. But an i5 would be absolutely fine. An i5 would absolutely be fine. But graphics card, I'm using a NVIDIA card to handle all of the encoding. So if you have like, a good video card, that's going to be able to throw things off and do that. But this is an i7, what I have. An i5 is going to be fine. As long as you have 16 gig, you're going to be good, because 8 gig it's just not competitive these days, in my opinion. So again, all of these sections here can be moved around how I want. This is what's great about OBS. If I just remove the comments here, I can move anything I want here. So on this page, if I grab, what can I grab that's not being used? Let's see. So we got this knitting background. What is this knitting background? What else do we have here? So I've got a Facebook banner. Where's that gone? Full desk camera. Where's that Facebook? Oh, right. So see here, we have a Facebook banner. I no longer use this banner anymore. Hello, Leela. Good to see you. There you go. See this Facebook banner? I've just made this visible. See the little eye droppers? When you turn on the eye, it makes your scenes visible. Now, I've had this hidden because I'm not using it. If I unlock this now, I can go and grab this Facebook thing, and I can move it around wherever the fuck I want. If I can grab it. So I can move this Facebook thing and put it over my face if I really want to, and then turn it on. And now I have Facebook over my face. Nice stuff, yeah? There you go. So you can move things wherever you like. It's really amazing what you can do with just as easy as that. Just grabbing something and moving it around wherever you like. It's really, OBS is really an amazing tool. It's got a learning curve, but here's the thing, guys. If you are getting into streaming, and you start out with something like StreamYard, that's fantastic. Get your head around it. Start off there. Understand what your backgrounds are and all that kind of stuff. OBS is free to download. Absolutely free to download. I'll kill myself one day. Welcome aboard, Leela, to the Wart Warriors. You are now an official Wart Warrior. Thank you so much. I know if Kev's still here. Did you like that song, man? Bad news? Ooh, yeah. Thanks for joining, Leela, and becoming a Wart Warrior on the Wart Warrior membership. And it's probably unlocked now. So all your emojis will be available to you now as well. And I think because we have so many new members, we should be able to unlock a whole bunch more emojis, which is really cool. But what I was saying, Thanks, Kev. Oh, where's my new thing? There it is. Look. Stunning. Cheers, Kev. Thank you so much. It's very nice of you. But what I was saying with streaming, you can download OBS, yeah? It is free to download. And trust me, if you want to get into understanding it, there are a plethora of fantastic people out there who can teach you how to use it on YouTube. I will show you a couple of them now because I think these guys are fantastic. Now, don't tell them I said this. Please don't tell them I said this. At times, they can be a little fucking annoying in their delivery of their content. But don't tell them I said that because the content's good. Just ignore their personality. I'm taking the piss. But anyway, OBS. Let's just see what comes up because these guys should be in my... so you've got
automatic scene
Epos
switching.
Vox, right? Now, this dude's really good. He does a lot of streaming. Does a lot of fantastic streaming on... here's his channel. A lot of streaming on Twitch, a lot of streaming on YouTube. Really got some great videos on how to use OBS and things like that, and how to get your ass streaming if you want to. Let's go back and find Senpai Gaming. Again, another cool dude who I watch who has some really cool videos on streaming, all this kind of stuff. Really worthwhile to subscribe to. Now, the two I'm talking about, why are they not? Oh, Nutty is amazing as well.
Tell you what, if there's ever a chance that I get to work with
Nutty's channel is really cool, so check out Nutty. He really has some fantastic videos on OBS, plugins, how to set things up. Now, let me find my other two friends who I'll have to go through my recently watched stuff. Scott Fitcher.
Cartoon voices.
Now, Scott Fitcher is one of those people who I kind of go and cringe sometimes, but he's helped me so much. When I've been in a bind, I always find one of his videos and they have helped me out. Scott Fitcher's got a fantastic channel. And of course, I can't go without mentioning, if I can find, I can't even think of his name because he annoys me so much, but I love him. There's Scott Fitcher. You can see I've been watching a bunch of his videos to try and fix my my issues I've been having over the last few days. And why can't I find my man? I can't find him in here. There he is. Michael Freya Jr.
Adds a little red segment there.
Michael Freya Jr. is fantastic. He does heaps of live streams on live streaming and around OBS, and a lot of what he does is he finds a lot of really cheap, free alternatives and how to make your stream look more professional. There's been a lot of things that I have gotten from his channel, even though he's a little bit like in your face, all right? Much more than me. Just to give you a taste.
You can see it adds a little red. Hello, my YouTube friends. Today's video is sponsored by Edit Video IO.
Stop yelling at me,
I'll tell you more
Michael.
about that later.
Stop
The last
yelling.
video in this series hopefully helped you solve the problems of editing.
Nah, he's really cool. I'm taking the piss. But nah, he, another good channel if you want to get into live streaming. So, and he'll help you with OBS and lots of other things too. Hello, Mr. Smith. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. What's Kev written here? You're welcome. If I wasn't sitting out in bowl sweating heat, I only would have spent it on ice cream tomorrow. Well, thank you so much. All right, so I guess that is it. That is my streaming setup. That is my audio setup. As I have explained many times, I record everything through my iPad. So it is the center of my universe still. And I'm just going to tell you now, I am not buying any more gear. I am not getting any more gear at this point. I feel really comfortable with the way the studio is all happening. The only piece of gear I am looking forward to possibly buying is if the new iPad comes out this year and it is a M2. Because I need to update my iPad this year. So from here on in, I will be saving all my money for getting an iPad later this year. The studio is set, in my opinion. I have plenty of guitars, drum kit. The studio is wonderful. Now I really need to start using it more. Yeah. Because the problem has been with live streaming has been I spend so much time doing this that I'm struggling to create music at the moment. I'm really, really struggling. It's a thing. And it's okay, you know, I guess. It's a thing. So having a YouTube channel and streaming is great, and I feel so blessed every day to bless you all. I feel so blessed to be here every day and hopefully help you guys. And you know, that's the most important thing. But it does take a bit of a bashing on your own head that you are unable to find any time or inspiration to make your own stuff. So keep that in mind if you're going to get involved in this kind of thing, because I know Pete's been doing it for a long time too, and he can attest to some of this stuff. It's really hard to find the balance to be able to put out content, be there for people, have time for yourself. It's a balancing act that I am struggling with 2 years in, but it's very real. So, all right, I think we're going to wrap it up. I hope this is kind of, we'll do this before we go. So again, this is my gear guide. It is, you know, it has pretty much everything that's in here. If there's anything that you like or look at, there are Amazon affiliate links to everything here. So you can click on those. They break off a tiny portion and send it to me. I have to be clear about that. So yeah, that is that. And you can tell if I've actually done a review on the item, because underneath it will say how to app review, and it'll take you directly to the show where I reviewed it. If not, it'll just take you to the website. But UK, US, Canada, and Australia links. So that's that. And hey, if you don't want to buy anything from there, just click on one of the links and go buy some chocolate from there. They'll still give me a percentage. It's all good, hey? What do you say, Jordan Peterson?
Up yours, woke moralists.
Well, that's
we'll
not very
see
nice.
who cancels who.
What a weirdo that guy is, don't you think? Yeah? Don't you think that guy's a weirdo?
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who
Holy shit.
cancels who.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back tomorrow to take a look at, what are we looking at tomorrow? We're looking at the new reverb effects that are found in Mixbox. Yeah, in Mixbox. So taking another look at Mixbox. And yeah, there's an in-app purchase with reverb effects, so we'll look at that. The day after that, we are looking at an app called Filmic Pro. It is a photography video app, which is really, really cool. We'll cover this in a second. And then at the end of this week, guys, we've got some good stuff coming up, because we have, what am I doing? We have the Delicate Giants album launch coming up as well. So I'll be playing the full brand new Russ 88 and Gary Delicate Giants Moonworks Eclipse album, which will be leading into Thomas Christ's You Rock. And then we will be interviewing, this time without any problems, thank you, Alphonse. That's our new drummer, Alphonse. We'll be interviewing Chem OK and kicking that off. And then I'll tell you also, on the weekend is our second edition of the opening hour, and I'll let you know at the end of this week who is performing on that. So we have another guest appearance, and that should be cool as well. Yeah. Coming up next, click this link, guys. Let me click on it. Where is it? I saw it. Angels and Demons are kicking off straight away. I can't bump you over. I can't do a dump for you. But there's the link. So go over there in about, what have we got, 4 minutes time. Angels and Demons are premiering their brand new song. Angels and Demons are Cy Effen and Kev Hart. It's a mixture of keyboards and brutal metal, or heavy metal. Let's just say heavy metal. So head over there and listen to that. For my Patreons, in about 18 minutes time, I will be doing the Patreon show, which got cancelled yesterday due to issues. So please come over to the Patreon. I'll be mastering your songs. It's only going to go for an hour and a half. And then straight after that will be Pete Johns with Your Music Live. So Patreons, come and join me over at the Patreon in about 18 minutes time. Good stuff. That's everything covered. I hope you had a good time. Thank you to the brand new Wart Warriors. I can't dump Leela because Kev hasn't added me as a dumping source. So I can't do it. I tried to look already. Anyway, thank you to all who have become members and Wart Warriors. Your emojis are there. So that rocks. You guys rock for supporting the channel. And let's hope that season 10 continues issue free. And do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And remember, we all rise together. Boom. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Get fucked.
Stunning, 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 stunning. You'll be given just 1 hour to conceive, create, and play one stunning dish. Stunning, stunning.